and I hit the wrong button, so you didn't hear anything that I said so far. So welcome this morning to today's live stream. I am here helping you play Hive like a champion. This is round 3 in the Hive Game Open, a Swiss system tournament where the top 24 players will get invited to the Hive uh, World Championship tournament later in the summer. Today's game is game 2 in a 2-game match between OrdepCubik and Hive Spider. OrdepCubik won yesterday playing white, and he'll be playing black today. So the poll that I have started is, oh, we already have someone answered on the poll, said yes. So Pedro, I hope that's not you. And they are started. And my 7 o'clock alarm is just going off. That's the time I usually get up. So let me reset that. And let's get the game going. Okay, Hive Spider opened with the beetle. And let's get this room open. There we go. We are ready and we are going. Turn my desktop audio on so you can hear it when they play. And Pedro yesterday on Discord said, Emmy, is he going to open with the black spider? And he did. Of course, he's probably going to use that black spider as a buffer, get his regular opening bugs out here, which does a couple different things. One is it gets the white attacking beetle or white attacking mosquito one step further from the queen. And it also gives black a lot more spawn points. So Hive Spider's playing very quickly, so he must have been expecting this morning. So let's go over and take a quick look. Oh, wow. That is a very rare opening by white, and it has shut down this side of the black buffered opening. Now, if white can get a bug to here, both the mosquito and the beetle will be free. Interesting. Wow, very interesting opening here. Okay, make sure you drop me a note. Let me know who you are, where you're from, if you've been here before. And also participate in my poll. Do you think that OrdepCubik is going to win? Playing black. And also, as you know, the game is being played on hivegame.com, which is the place online to play Hive. And it's completely Hive related, never will have any advertising, but there is a donate button. I think you can see that right up here. If you click donate, you can help contribute to the expenses that the Hive developers have, and also you can help reimburse them for all their time and effort. And I have set a goal this morning, one super chat If somebody contributes $2 US or more on a super chat, then we'll reach our goal. 75% of the money collected will get forwarded to the developers. And interesting. Hive Spider's playing very quickly. Of course, the timing for these matches is 20 plus 20, which means they start with 20 minutes. They add 20 seconds each time. And both players have played very quickly. This is the first even remote small little think. Allergies are bothering me this morning. You didn't want to hear that. That's why, or see that. After a bit of a think, white brings in an ant. And of course, black has gotten the mosquito atop the hive, neutralizing the first white beetle. But this weird, interesting opening from white has put the queen quite a ways away from that mosquito. Of course, by bringing in the ant, now the mosquito has ant power, and if allowed to go free, that mosquito could break the ring and again put that black mosquito further away from the action. And black has not yet brought in the pill bug. Very interesting opening. I have never seen an opening like this before. And let's just take a look at the well, Pedro, you have quite the support here on my channel. 3 people have voted in the poll, and all 3 think that you're going to win playing black. But I think Hive Spider is going to have a say in that. So let's look at some of black's options. Black can pin the ant, which would free the mosquito. Okay, went ahead and brought in the pill bug. So some of white's options here. White can, although interesting, if he does anything that allows black to cap off the the beetle. So you could bring the ant to, you could bring the mosquito to there. Another option might be to bring the mosquito to here with a little pill bug harassment, threatening to warp the pill bug away. Or could pin the queen. Okay, he decides to pin the ant. And the white ant is free. That does a couple different things. Okay, let's see. Okay, the black ant comes in, and now the black mosquito is free to move. Of course, now the black mosquito is threatening. I need to kind of keep an eye on over here. We're down to only 2 concurrent viewers. Where is everybody this morning on this beautiful Friday? Now that's interesting. The ladybug goes to there. I guess what that's doing is removing this as a spawn point. If the black ladybug jumps out, then the black ant is pinned. Okay, let's see, make sure I'm up to date here. I seem to be. It is black's turn. Yes, see, as I'm looking at black's options to bring in the third ant are now severely restricted. You don't want to bring the ant in out here and then get 2 ants pinned. Be right back. I had to take the garbage out this morning, so I guess my allergies are really bothering me. Okay, so you don't want to bring an ant in here. If you bring an ant in here or here, it gets pinned up against the queen. You bring an ant in here, it can get pinned up against the pill bug. course, what white is now threatening to do, white has a very good spawn point here, a very good spawn point here to bring in the second ant. This black ant is completely incapacitated. Okay, so white will probably bring in the second ant. Although another option might be, it might be too early to bring in an attacking beetle. Probably take advantage of this opportunity and bring in the second ant. So where would he bring it? Probably this spot here. So I'm going to predict ant to there, and let's see what happens. Take a quick look at the poll. Three people have voted. So if you're online and you haven't voted in the poll yet, please feel free to do so. Also, if you'd like to send me a super chat, which helps support my channel, but it also will also provide support for the developers of hivegame.com. That would be great. Okay, no, he did not bring in the ant. That must have been just an intermediary spot for the ladybug, because the ladybug just attacked. Now I'm going to predict the white ants, the white beetles are going to start their approach. Again, a two beetle attack from white. White is going to bring something in here. Black is going to bring something in here. If he brings an ant in, it's going to be immediately pinned. He could bring in he could bring in a spider, which would anchor down the white beetle. Threatening the white ant. The very unorthodox white opening has done a good job of keeping even though it allowed the black mosquito up early, keeping that black mosquito away from the white queen. Yeah, that's going to be my prediction, is going to be the spider to there, forcing the white ant to move. The white ant can cap off the black ant, forcing, not completely, but just about forcing. So let's see. If the spider goes to there, the ant caps it off. No, interesting. He did not. He brought in the ant there. Ah, maybe what he's planning on doing is, so this is going to almost force the white ant to pin it. Yes, as I was about to say, the reason he pinned, although it still doesn't really do that much good because it might just be a tempo loss, because now if the mosquito drops down, it gains, but that's not what he did. So let's go back here. I'll make this the main line, and then the ladybug frees the ant here. Interesting. That also stops this spot as a spawn point for one of the white beetle, or the only other white beetle. There's only one beetle left. Interesting. I had kind of forgotten about that because the one beetle is under here, so he couldn't do a two beetle attack. And this is one of the situations where you would love this ladybug to be able to pin the ant, but it can't. It's very interesting because this now opens up a pin-proof spawn point for black. I'm kind of hoping this game goes less less than an hour would be nice because I'm supposed to start working at 8, and I really need to be working by 8:30. So I don't like it when Hive gets in the way of work. Okay, let's see what happens. And just like that, black has taken over the ant game. I'm going to predict that this ant is going to, oh, I don't know, maybe he'll leave it there because he can always warp it into here and get it completely out of the way. My backup alarm just went off. Okay, so OrdepCubik is in a bit of a think here. If he pins the ant, white could immediately repin it. And then black could just cap off the beetle with a spider. As long as black has a free ant, the white beetle is not going to be a threat. Whoops. Haven't had much. Well, let's take a quick look at the poll again. Only three people have voted. We're maxed at 5 viewers this morning. Nobody has introduced themselves, so make sure, let me know who you are and where you're from. I appreciate that. The YouTube algorithm loves it when we have interaction with our viewers. So Pedro's just passing the 7-minute mark, so he's going into a little bit of a think. As a very long-term proposition, which might be something that he's thinking about, he brings the beetle in now. Here, it cannot be pinned. And he still has the 2 ants that are available to pin the white ants or beetle. Let's not forget that white still has 2 ants available. But only the 1 beetle. Nope. He capped off the ant. Playing some control here. And sure enough, the ladybug then shuts down the black ant. That's interesting. We had this conversation before over on Discord. What can happen here is They've thought this out quite a bit. Let's go back to the black grasshopper placement. Okay. It's always irritating when this happens. Oh, now the black mosquito drops down. Gaining ant power. And I apologize. My allergies are in full anti-operation, I guess. Hold on. Oh, that is very interesting because I was looking at where this white grasshopper can go because that's one of the things you always want to check when someone brings in a grasshopper or a spider. Where is it going? And on its own, it can go to here or here, but it could get warped by the tail bug to there. That doesn't do anything. If the white grasshopper goes to there, then the white beetle is going to be free. But black can interfere with that. No, he can't get to there. Interesting. I was going to say if the black mosquito could get to there, then he could warp the spider away and make the beetle go on a long trek. Black wants to keep ant power for the ant. I'm sorry, ant power for the mosquito as a defense against the final white ant or white beetle. Okay. Pillbug moves to there. Now, oh, if the ring is made, freeing the beetle, oh, white can warp the grasshopper away, breaking the ring. Interesting. And Hive Spider does not have an issue with time, 14 minutes, but OrdepCubik is down to under 4. So that might play into it later in the game. As long as the black mosquito has ant power like it does now. Although interesting, in this position, black can warp the ant out. Things are not as cut and dried as they sometimes seem to be. That's one thing I love about Hive. Now let's just take a quick look here. Let's say that he does. Oh, he did jump in. Yep, and that's what Pedro broke the ring, leaving the black mosquito with both beetle power and ant power, threatening now to warp the queen away and freeing the ant. That's interesting because that stops the pill bug from warping the ant out because you don't black dare not make this ring because that frees the beetle. This is one of those points where you can begin the separation of your queen. Let's say if the nope, if the queen goes to there, the ant is still not free. But that's what he does. The queen goes out to there. And the black mosquito still has ant power. As long as the black mosquito has ant power, it can pin the ant if it comes in, or pin and later cover the beetle if it comes in. Okay. Where's the spider going? It's probably going to that spot right there. But that white beetle is a long track away from the black queen. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Nope. I was thinking, could it get to there and free the ant? Nope. Problem with white here is only has 2 more bugs in reserve, so he's going to have a serious problem getting enough bugs to win. Once black holds off the white attack, then the black counterattack with both beetles still in reserve will almost assuredly be unstoppable. Okay, OrdepCubik is approaching the minute-and-a-half mark, so he's definitely looking for the ideal move here, but he's going to run out of time if he's not careful. He elects to played very quickly, gets that nothing can stop that second beetle. Now black is on the attack. He's not concerned about white having an ant and a beetle, because black is going to have two bugs atop the hive very soon. Now that's interesting. I was going to say that, well, now black can't warp the ant out because it gets pinned by the spider. So I'm guessing that the beetle is going to go ahead and climb up. No, he warps the spider out. Interesting. I was going to say the white could warp the spider out and leave a bunch of bugs pinned, but that would open up a pin-proof spawn point right here, a beetle factory, for the last beetle to come in. Pedro's going to have to start playing very quickly now. Down to 40, under 40 seconds. Thirty seconds and counting. He does warp the ant out. Okay, interesting. White is fighting to get another ant free. Black keeps it pinned in. We're going to go ahead and end the poll. 4 votes. Everybody voting for OrdepCubik, and I can understand why. Oops, I did that wrong. I did this in one of the games the other day. I got lost as we were playing it very quickly. Yet we knew I knew a grasshopper was coming in. That's going to free the other beetle. And if white has two not so good options. One is to pin the beetle, which then would get the ant would get pinned. Yep, the beetle comes up now. They are playing very, very quickly now. Almost too quick for me to keep up, but I'm trying. I hope I'm able to stop the camera and once that beetle covers the pill bug, it's probably all over. White is definitely in defensive mode right at the moment. And now all black has to do is well, let's take a look here. There's a okay spider underneath there. Oh, this would be an interesting thing if the black beetle can cover the grasshopper, it shuts down the pill bug with a beetle gate. Now, it's interesting, is there, this is one of those situations now that black has to figure out a way. Yeah, no problem. Oh, I was going to say that yeah, now the spider pins the white ant. Now the grasshopper can come into here. Oh, if the spider attempts to make the ring to free the queen, it also frees the black ant. So I think there's multiple ways to win this one. Okay, what happened here? I am. Okay, the grasshopper came to there. Yeah, once the black counterattack happened, it was unstoppable, and Hive Spider valiantly falls on his own sword at the very end. So, wow, what an exciting game this morning. Very, very unusual opening from Hive Spider. We'll have to look at that opening, wonder if anybody's going to emulate it in later matches. Although, again, it may only have worked with the Black Spider opening. So we'll go back to the beginning and look at it very quickly. First four moves by each player, very, very unique opening. Both players buffered. Both players really, really buffered on that one. So that's it for today. My boss will be happy because I'll be able to get back to work. You can always buy me a coffee. I appreciate that. And I was hoping that somebody might do a super chat on the live stream today. Uh, I set a goal of one, very minimal goal, but didn't reach it. So maybe next time, take a look at that. Support the channel. Help me support HiveGame.com developers. I appreciate that. So, as always, I am here helping you play Hive like a champion. Follow me on Twitter. Well, it used to be Twitter. It's now X. I'll be doing daily. I don't know what they call them now. They used to call them tweets. Daily posts on X with the results from each match as it's played, and I'll be announcing when I'll be streaming again. So, thank you very much for watching this morning. Again, as always, I am here helping you play Hive like a champion. Until next time, this is Randy Ingersoll signing off.